Well, today's the day for 700 first-year students here at Ryerson as they bid farewell to mom and dad and say hello to student residents. And as you can imagine, it's an emotional roller coaster for some.
A lucky student moving in today?
Yes, I am.
Megan Dickey drove all the way from Calgary with her mom and brother. It's been a long journey, and now that she's here, she's a bit nervous. But going to school at Ryerson is something she always wanted.
The journey has definitely been crazy, but I'm really excited to be here. I hope they all like me. I don't know what to say, but I'm really excited to be here, and I wanted to go to this university for a long time.
As for mom, we only wish we had a tissue to offer her.
Where's the crying room for the parents?
For some, this process has become somewhat routine.
It's my third son going to university, so it's not the first time. That was probably the hardest.
For others, it's still sinking in.
We're still adjusting. She's 17 years old. This is kind of come upon us pretty quickly. Yeah, we'll get used to it.
And luckily for him, resident staff and I were there to give her a hand. Let me help you guys out here. I think we're almost done. This is really heavy. Each year, Ryerson welcomes nearly 8,000 first-year students, 1,200 of those coming from overseas. But no matter where they come from, most parents seem to let their children go for the same reason.
He's happy, I'm happy. That's what it's all about.
And while some students are looking forward to freedom and independence, mom and dad won't ever stop being mom and dad, no matter how old they get.
Hey, Nick,
Last year, Ryerson University received 1,600 applicants for residence. This year, that number jumped to 1,800 with only approximately 700 students who actually got rooms. Now, coming up on City News, why the demand for student housing is higher than ever. Once again, Ryerson will welcome approximately 8,000 first-year students, many of them hoping to live on campus for their first year, but that's becoming increasingly hard as the university has seen a spike in its demand for student residence.
This year we had the most number of applications we've ever had. Some of that might be due to the nature of the Toronto rental and Toronto real estate market. So it's been an ongoing thing, I would say, over the last 5 or 6 years. But this year we definitely noticed a spike.
That spike saw the number of applicants go from 1,600 to 1,800 in just a year. Right now, Ryerson has about 850 beds available. Today, 700 students will get to move into res.
Didn't really want to find an apartment in Toronto. I'm from Ottawa, so having to come down here, it's 5 hours away. I couldn't really look around for apartments. I didn't know anybody coming here, so residence was pretty much my only option if I wanted an easy and quick place to find a way to live.
And she's not the only one who's looking for a hassle-free adjustment. Ian Cruikshank tells us that many students opt for residence, not just for the experience, but to avoid bidding wars for rental units or having to commute long distances. He says the number of first-year international and out-of-province students has doubled. And while the university cannot accommodate all of them, they have some temporary solutions in place for now.
We run a commuter hostel program, for example, in residence that's specifically for students who need to stay after hours but don't have residency with us.
Ryerson hopes to shift away from its long-standing reputation as a commuter school and meet the increasing demand for student housing with projects like the Jarvis Student Residence that's still under construction. By next fall, they hope to accommodate another 300 students. Natish Basono, City News.